Dukhan. And this is the surah of the Quran. Dukhan. There's one surah of the Quran which is different from every single other surah of the Quran, in that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeats one ayah 31 times. Which surah? Surah Ar-Rahman. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ is repeated how many times? 31 times. So I really have to be sleeping and snoring, not to be alerted. He's knocking on my head 31 times and I still don't register nothing. Maybe that was too much biryani I ate. He is alerting us that in this surah there is knowledge you have to look for and search for it. We don't have the time to do Surah Ar-Rahman tonight. But in Surah Ar-Rahman there is an indication that Allah is going to deal with two people, both of whom are evil. People who reject the truth, people who have no belief in the hereafter, no, a godless people, tukazzibun. And who are the two people? Ya ma'ashar al-jinni wal-ins. They are human beings and jinn. And I think Britain is already inundated with hordes and hordes of evil jinn. Yes, I believe that. Because this country is witnessing the collapse of religion in this country. That church was there for hundreds of years. Generation after generation prayed in that church. The churchyard has a cemetery. And then people stop coming to church. And they stop paying for the maintenance and upkeep of the church. And now around the whole of Britain, one by one, the churches are being put up for sale. Some are lucky that we buy them, but the rest go to McDonald's hamburgers and Kentucky Fried and Pizza Hut and Bingo Hall, and that's where the church is going. And as religion collapses in this country, and people live a godless way of life, Shaitan takes over. And when Shaitan takes over in this country, he has his agenda. Oh yes. But when Shaitan takes over in this country, they're going to live like a people who have been driven to madness by the touch of Shaitan. So you can close your eyes and you can say, in this country you're going to have an epidemic of mental illness. This country is falling apart because Shaitan is taking over. And there's a huge abundance of jinn here, evil jinn. And Allah says in Surah Ar-Rahman, سَنَفْرُغُ لَكُمْ أَيُّهَا الثَّقَلَانِ. Just one small ayah, that's all he needs. I'm going to deal with both of you who are laden with sin. The jinn and the human beings. And when Allah deals with them, this country is gone. This country is finished. How will He deal with them? نُرْسَلُ عَلَيْكُمَا شُوَازٌ مِّن نَارٍ وَنُحَاسٌ فَلَا تَنْتَصِرَانِ. I'm going to send against you a flash of fire, and it will be followed by smoke. And when that happens, you have no one to help you. Me, I understand that clearly. That's the big war that's coming. And that has to be nuclear war. Nabi Muhammad ﷺ spoke about that war. And he said, you know about the mountain of gold? You know about the mountain of gold? If you don't know, well, you got some homework to do. They're going to fight for the mountain of gold. This is Sahih Bukhari. And he said that 99 out of every 100 who fight for that mountain of gold will be killed. So this cannot be conventional war. This has to be a war using weapons of mass destruction. That's nuclear weapons and thermonuclear weapons. And so I have come to the conclusion that the Dukhan is around the corner. When nuclear war takes place, the mushroom clouds that come from those nuclear weapons will block out the sunlight. And so my view is that Dukhan is not to be interpreted. No, it is literal. Literal. There will be literal smoke, meaning the mushroom clouds from nuclear explosions, and it will block out the sunlight. And Allah knows best.